Hello and welcome to this best of three series between Czarix and Sipa. And no, this is not the finals of Warhammer League 1. This is just the first round of Warhammer League 2. Be sure to like and subscribe for more games and let's get into it. So, just for clarification's sake, we have completely random seedings when it comes to the tournament. So this was just random seeding doing its thing and having Czarix reface Sipa in the first round of the actual tournament. So let's do a spread of the armies. It's gonna be Wood Elves against Slaanesh. So Slaanesh, we have seen Sipa extremely strong on Slaanesh. I'm not even sure he lost one single game previously. We already see a Loex blessing from the Spellweaver of Dark, who is rocking Doombolt, Chillwind, and Power of Darkness. So going for a sniping attempt against probably the Mask. We also see a relatively melee-focused build with War Dancers, which makes sense because he knows Sipa likes to play generally melee focused and goon squad focused builds. So countering with also melee infantry seems to be like a general good idea. These ladies like look super cool. Yeah. Other than this, we have 3 Deepwood Scouts, Swift Shiver Shards, magic damage, makes sense versus Slaanesh, a Dryad, and a Wild Rider on this side, and nothing on the other side, and just a bunch of Eternal Guard with the 2 War Dancers. From the side of Sipa on Slaanesh, we basically have the standard goon squad that he likes, the Exalted Hero with Disarm and Glamour. So Disarm is like the thing that he just usually gets, and Glamour is just, again, another nice debuff. He has Mask, and on the Chaos Sorcerer of Shadows, just Melkoth spam to go into the Wild Riders, which again makes complete sense. Other than this, we just see a Forsaken, and on the other side we see a couple of Slongors and a bunch of Forsaken with the Riders of the Money Serpent coming out. So again, he's going to try and surround the opponent and then go out of there to actually completely fight him. And again, these guys are hidden. He should be very careful with his goon squad. Yeah, he goes back. Oh, interesting. He's trying to snipe the sorcerer, which is, yeah, very good play, actually, because him throwing on Melkoths, and then, oh my god, he actually does a Melkoths into the Deepwood Scouts, and then goes into them with the Goon Squad combo, which is very nice. And the Wild Riders are actually out of position to defend the Deepwood Scouts. Ooh, this might be very nasty for from the side of Sipa. But these guys also might just massacre with a volley or two into the enemies. Like, they're super accurate, and we see like just a bunch of damage going into the Sorcerer Lord. So to just the Chaos Sorcerer, not the Sorcerer Lord. But very nice. And he's also screening out the mobility, knowing that the entire army of Sipa is on the other side of the map, and just these 3 characters are here. So he's just going to try and counter them with the mobility, just screening out the Hellstriders, and then trying to kill or focus one of the characters. The Sorcerer is running away, so now he's just swapping his shooting into the Exalted Hero, but this might be a problem now, because Slaanesh is extremely fast. So them going into the other side of the battlefield and then just engaging stuff like the War Dancers, very problematic for him. Though he is screening out the Riders of the Mighty Serpent. Chaos, the Spellweaver of Darkness coming in. She is again casting Doom Bolts on the Chaos Sorcerer, who is just spamming out Melkoth. So currently the Swift Shiver Shards are still uncompromised, right? And we see the Wild Hunters of Kurnos alongside some Wild Riders basically dominating the backline fight into the mobility, which this is very smart for Czarix to do, because as long as he keeps out the mobility from Slaanesh from reinforcing this army here, he kind of has the advantage of summoning now some Wild Riders or something else and trying to kill the army of Sipa here. So this is going to come down to one, if these characters can actually win a fight, especially this guy is dead after another Doombolt, right? An overcasted Doombolt is 1.4k or so he insta-dies next time. These two characters are very much problematic, but he still has all 3 of the Deepwood Scouts. And he actually goes in for a low X Blessing. That is so clutch. Plus 25% speed to try and run away from the Forsaken. They're still slower, but it might actually be enough for them to just get away and then keep shooting. The problem is that he's running towards his opponent's side of the map here, right? And these Dryads might win against the Forsaken here, but now it's very much problematic that he's going towards his opponent. That means that he is going to have an easier time going into the Deepwood Scouts, but he seems to be outmaneuvering them, and we see another Blade Singer come out. Wow, magic damage Terminator squad into the Forsaken and into the Devotees. This is going to be pretty cool. Wild Hunters coming back. They seem to have lost the fight against the double Hellstriders in the back. So they're just charging back into the Devotees and trying to screen the Exalted Hero. The Blade Singers, or the War Dancers, pardon, are winning their fight. Blade Singers now into the Slangors and the Forsaken, also winning their fight. The only problem that I see for Czarix currently is that both Mask, the Chaos Sorcerer, and the Exalted Hero are all alive. If he somehow gets a chance to disengage this... Oh my god, look at this speed, man. -6, -5 from Very Tired. These guys are not getting away from the squad. He just needs to put them in like guard mode and then give them an order to fire every once in a while so that they can actually screen the proper units. We see a Glade Guard summon. This is pretty much desperation now from Czarix, because he knows that he needs to save these 3 Deepwood Scouts to be able to have a chance. Even though he's like very much ahead on value, Slaanesh is just so good, and honestly some of the value is just tied up into killing the Sorcerer here, so, and the Exalted Hero, so it's much closer than we think, probably. Also, very nice job from Sipa, just spamming Melkots on the most costed unit that is going to go into the melee, but now we have Marauder Horsemen and Riders of the Mighty Serpent actually supporting this fight, and these ladies have very low armor. That means that they're gonna die very quickly. He also found the Spellweaver of the Darkness, so he's trying to get away with them. And yeah, there you go, like swapping to the aura of slowness. He did get away, but again, he is still in the Deepwood Scouts. These guys did rally, which is very nice, but where's the other one? The other one shattered? No, they are over here, but they have 18 molds. They're actually going to rally, which is crazy. There goes a Doombolt. This guy is out for the count. He's never coming back. He has 44 HP. It would be extremely crazy for me to see if he actually did run back. And again, Bladesinger is kind of dominating the frontline fight with the Glade Guard, the Glade Riders. But the problem is now it's going to be Hellstrider spam into the Oblivion, right? And these guys are never going to win a fight against the Hellstriders, especially if he doesn't micro them soon. No, run away. 94 against 101. They're not getting away. Back to the mainline fight, we still see the annoying Exalted Hero just being a nuisance and a menace and going into this. And he just used his first count of the magic onto the of the Staff of Masks onto the Wraiths of the Frozen Heart. So he is just going to, again, keep attacking and keep attacking into the Deepwood Scouts, because they're the main DPS that is actually strong here. So the Spellweaver, or the Chaos Sorcerer did end up going off the battlefield, but there are still very much 2 super strong heroes that cannot be killed from the side of Slaanesh. And oh my god, look at that. That is so good to have, like Doombolt for sniping the Mask. He just didn't focus the Mask comparatively to the other hero. And we have Narcissism here, Silence and Root, and the Mask is going to kill the Spellweaver, and I think that is going to like start spelling the doom in the end of Czarix's build, right? Because he has a bunch of Dryads and he's just spamming Dryads. Oh, this lady didn't route? That's crazy. Oh, he summoned a Wild Rider unit. Oh no, this can actually turn around into Sipa being pretty bad here. If he has still some juice left with like overcasting a Doombolt and then getting the Mask, there is definitely a huge chance of Czarix still eking it out. But he should be very much afraid of the Exalted Hero. He's probably chasing the Mask because what is the range in Doombolt? So 200 meters. Okay, so he's trying to stick inside of the range to be able to overcast the Doombolt or just cast a normal one when it comes off cooldown. and he actually gets the Wraiths of the Frozen Heart. I cannot not say Wraiths of the Frozen Fart. But yeah, he gets them actually to surround the Exalted Hero, and he also has the Wild Rider unit that can actually come back and kill him. He just now needs to not overextend. He still has 2 capture points. The points are very even, but Sipa is kind of getting in the hand of like a bunch of the mobility here, right? These guys are chasing down something that is broken. He should definitely come back from that. And if he kills the Exalted Hero here, that is a very good thing. Oh, he overcasted, but he suicided. No, and the mask actually gets punted. But what the hell is this? Crazy. Okay, minus 100. Okay, please. No, he doesn't shatter. He doesn't disintegrate. God damn, and the Spellweaver actually suicided for that same reason. And no, he has 0 leadership right now. He just needs to charge the Wild Riders into him. Come on, get him. Disintegrate, mask, disintegrate. Okay, good. He's disintegrating. He lost the mask. Now it's gonna be just like a bunch of Wild Riders and into Hellstriders. Damn, this is turning into a really close game. Yeah, there are Glade Riders going into the Marauder Horsemen here, which is again good fight when they're peppered with also Dryads. This is not a good fight for Slaanesh. And now also Wild Riders chasing down the hero. The hero is the last vestige of strength on Sipa's team, right? Because he has the auras, he has Glamours of Slaanesh, and Glamours, or what is it called? Yeah, Glamour of Slaanesh. So he can actually debuff a big blob fight. But there's still a problem. The problem is Slangors, right? And Forsaken coming out, he needs to counter, Czarix needs to counter with a non-mobility unit. But the problem is there are still 2 Hellstriders that are fully HP'd here that are kind of dominating the fight, right? If he ends up losing this specific Hellstrider unit, it's gonna be super close. He's gonna lose the Hellstrider, but this Hellstrider is going to come in, and then he's stuck summoning Glade Riders. That's not what you need. That's not what is going to actually help here. Even though it's nice to have them, they're just not the punch that you have, that you need to actually punch through both the Hellstriders and the hero. The hero is actually now the carry piece. And we actually have a resummon of the Chaos Sorcerer of Slaanesh. He's not a bad fighter, but this is Melkoth. Like, this is late game, right? Late game means that you need some sort of either like mobility or something to fight off the mobility. And the Chaos Sorcerer Lord, I assume Sipa has a bunch of magic still left, so he just wants to spam out some Melkoths and actually carry that. And oh no, the Hellstrider unit is going to compromise the Deepwood Scouts unless they actually, oh no, it routes with the last charge, the last shots from them actually get the Hellstriders to run away. The problem is that Czarix has nothing left. He has this tattered unit, and he summons in a Dryad to try and tarp it for the Deepwood Scouts. So close and very nice play. They actually get out, and remember, all of the units from the side of Wood Elves can actually move and shoot. So they really have a good, very good charge also. They get plus 16 or plus 15 from the charge. So they're actually going to catch these Marauder Horsemen, and Czarix still has this point. Points are still neck and neck. It's just going to be a total scrap between these two on the mobility side for the end. If the Chaos Exalted Hero actually dies here, that can spell the doom for Sipa. But if everything dies to the Hellstriders, that just spells doom for Czarix. He's probably saving up for a Wild Rider unit, and Sipa is saving up for something like a Forsaken. Yeah, Forsaken just came off cooldown, and actually the Exalted Hero gets taken out. He gets routed, and so do the Hellstriders. Very nice shot from these absolute Giga Chad Deepwood Scouts, man. Now it's just the Sorcerer Lord against the world, but let's see the battlefield. Oh no, these guys rally. No, they're gonna downhill charge into the Deepwood Scouts, and they have nowhere to run. There's the Wild Rider unit, clutch summon. They're gonna countercharge them. Oh no, goodbye Marauder Horsemen. And you just use your Melkoths on the non-Wild Riders. Oh no, so there is a very, very good chance that now he just charges into the Forsaken and gets them routed here. And the Deepwood Scouts are just going Benny Hill around, right? They're just going into literally this circle right here, trying to avoid everything. Narcissism going down on the Wild Riders. Insane, insane game so far. And he immediately, he's waiting on them to charge into the Forsaken. Sipa smartly turns around to countercharge, to not be charged in the back. And these guys insta shatter just by getting looked at by the Wild Riders. Very nice. Now it's going to become a points game. Can Czarix actually stabilize before he gets overwhelmed by just Forsaken and Hellstriders, right? Because these Forsaken, they're just gonna go into his spawn. And he needs something. Yes, good, 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 good. He gets the Blade Singer summon. So if these ladies can get into and actually fight some Forsaken, like right here, he's running away with the Dryads, which is smart, then countercharging with Wild Riders. He just needs to keep the Blade Singers in combat with the Forsaken to win the fights, and then just defend himself from the Hellstriders. The Hellstriders must not win the Wild Rider fight, but they seem to be on a very good charge, especially applying the poison. Deepwood Scouts still doing Benny Hill, and man, these Wood Elf units are absolutely insane when it comes to leadership. So they are actually still alive, even though, oh, very nice counter charge from Czarix. He has 200 supplies. What did he summon? Oh, he summoned the Glade Rider. He needs to stabilize his back point and then slowly move forward to the front point. And this is very smart. He gets a tattered Glade Rider to start contesting for the long game here, and Sipa will have to do something to respond to that, lest he like just lose his point. But it's a very, very problematic thing here, that he could lose his own back point. If he loses his own back point, then there is no chance for him in this game. Very nice Melkots in stopping the charge, because this charge will break both of these units and also the Forsaken here. So it's going to be, what, one devotee? Oh no, these are devotees. Very clutch summon from Sipa in the end. These guys are absolutely insane. They cannot be killed very easily. They're like the Blade Singers. They're just like super strong from the side of Slaanesh, especially with their murderous euphoria thing. Like they still have it. So they're just gonna murder anything that they get into. And Sipa actually captures his back point. What a clutch game from both sides, man. What an exciting, exciting game. This is just game one between these two. This was both super close and super cool to see. So, Spellweaver of Dark, spamming out Doombolts. Man, if she didn't miscast on the overcast Doombolt into the mask, he would have probably won the game, with her not routing and then being the leadership penalty, and also having again another Doombolt to go into something like the Exalted Hero and actually route him earlier. What a absolutely crazy game. Let's see, 2k, 1k, this is probably the guys that got resummoned, so they still paid for themselves. Very nice. The War Dancers didn't do super well, but they did what they needed to do. Classic Dryads being OP. Who would have thought? Oh my god, Blade Singers going and terminating the source code of 253 Slaanesh units. Man. Other Wild Riders didn't do crazy. Neither did the Wild Hunters of Kurnos. They kind of just were too far away from any type of support, especially going like uphill, so they had no chance to be that good. Forsaken, who would have thought? Very good. Again, Chaos Sorcerer of Lord of Slaanesh, just spamming out Melkots, getting casual 2k. Crazy. The Devotees, even though they didn't do super well here, the late game summon of them was like insane. Like only the Blade Singers could contest them. Yep, Hellstriders, like a classic. Then just Marauder Horsemen, all of them paying for themselves, and he even had a Fiend unit, which would have been like super good also to summon. If there are no Wild Riders, that is like a crazy summon. Amazing game from them. Hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I do, and yeah, see you in game 2.